One of the challenges that accounting instructors often report is trying to get students to see the big picture and understand how accounting is more than recording a series of events. We sat down with authors Gary Porter and Porter-Norton to talk about the unique transaction analysis model they use in their financial accounting text that helps students understand the link between transactions and financial statements.
I think to get students to see that big picture, you really have to start with the end result, and you have to get them to see, okay, here's a balance sheet. Now, here's items on a balance sheet. We've got to provide some sort of a balance. And we do that by making certain in the first 4 chapters of our textbook that we have some focus on the accounting cycle, that is the focus of the first 4 chapters, not just introducing the end result, those financial statements, but then in those chapters 3 and 4, making certain that both the majors and the non-majors have a foundation. Well, what is crucial, I found over the years of both teaching and writing this textbook, is that there has to be a connection between that journal entry and the financial statements. Because the worst thing that can happen is for a student to memorize the debit and the credit and have no comprehension of how those debits and credits affect the balance sheet and the income statement. So in our textbook, as soon as we've shown a journal entry, and in every case, both in the chapters as well as in the end of chapter material, carried into the online material, we emphasize how that journal entry impacts not just the balance sheet, but also the income statement.
We have the assets equal liability plus stockholders' equity, which is the balance sheet portion of the accounting equation. And we have the revenue minus expense equals net income portion of the equation, which is the net income statement portion of the equation. And we have an arrow that goes from net income to stockholders' equity, so students can see how net income flows into stockholders' equity. And now we're happy to report that this has been extended into Cengage Now. So we now have what is called a journal entry tool that will do the same thing in the technology.